So K-pop to me, it's just like a new take on, dance in general. Hi, my name is Alaya Welch. I'm 19. I'm a DePaul student and a member of the K-pop cover team, Chemical X. I say that the first group I got into was BTS, and I watched their interviews, and it was just like their personalities, like how they got along. It wasn't like anything I've ever seen before. I'm like, oh, this is like, they're actually really close and they're like funny. And then I went on to like watching their music videos and like the visuals, and the aesthetics were really cool. And then the dance practices, I was like, wow, they're like super in sync, and this is super like impressive that I like the music, and then they have this like awesome performance value to go along with it. And I was like, I want to do something like this, but obviously I was at home, so I just like, let me try learning it at home. I would watch a mirrored version of their practices on YouTube, and I just, press play and pause in the mirror and try and learn it from home. And then after I got a little bit more confident, I started posting them on my Instagram, and they did like shockingly well. Well, compared to like everything else I posted, I'd say K-pop was viewed in my family at first as like very strange. Like, I have all brothers that all listen to like hip hop, like Travis Scott and all that. And when I started playing this music from like a boy band overseas, they're copying, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was very much like defensive. It's like, well, why don't you just listen to our music instead of these guys that you don't know what they're saying. Some of the slang used is derived from hip hop and AAVE. There's like countless songs I can, show that have that. Even Tyla.
Hit Water. Give it up for Tyla!
Which is not even like hip hop, it's like West African music. After her song Water went viral, there was like 3 other songs like right after that release that were kind of that same style. Obviously, it's in Korean. There is a lot of like English words in it. There's a border of like appreciation versus, appropriation. I'd say definitely back in the day, there was stuff where, they get like perms or like intense tans and try and play into that kind of aesthetic. But it's definitely like mellowed out. I think it's still very like stigmatized as like K-pop cover dancers or K-pop dancers aren't real dancers, I guess. And as someone who's done like training in both, I can see how like people can say like, oh, you're just like copying a video or copying this, but it's still something you have to like teach yourself. It takes some sort of skill set to learn it from home, When I knew I was moving to Chicago and I knew like the K-pop scene was a lot bigger here, I wanted to like audition for an actual like more serious team. And Chemical X, they automatically stood out to me. They had what's called like a random dance play at Navy Pier. So I went to the event and talked to her, like I talked to the leader since she was there, and she said they had like an event coming up in the winter and that they have auditions right after that. There were so many people there. It was like 40 people. I was one of the first 2 people there. I think my sticker was like number 2 or like number 3. And like only 3 people got in, and so that was kind of crazy. Like, not to be like I kind of knew I was gonna get in, like low-key, but I am the youngest on the team, which I was a little worried about because the team has been established since 2013, and there's people that literally have like tattoos of the team because they've been on it like for 10 years, etc. And so I was a little nervous joining because I was like, oh, there's already gonna be like really established friendships. I'm not really gonna fit in. I'm the youngest. But it didn't feel like that way at all. Like when I joined, everyone was like super nice. Like I got to do covers immediately. Like they all know like we all have like a similar interest and same hobby, and it just like it really brings us together. Our first performance was in April and I joined in February, and it's like I was instantly able to just like jump in, and as long as I had the time to learn whatever they plan on performing. It's just like, hey, you have the time, do you have the skills to learn this dance? If you didn't have the skills, you wouldn't have gotten on the team. So yeah, it wasn't really a barrier of entry. Before high school, I never even thought I'd be doing dance in any capacity. But ever since learning K-pop, it got me into being on a competitive hip-hop team, which was insane. After moving to Chicago, I was really glad that I was able to join a team that does a dance style that I enjoy the most. And I'd say just like being involved with dance has given me like a bunch of opportunities I never thought I'd even do at all. So I was like, okay, I like the ending where it's like, hey, your hard work paid off. I'm like, I want that like benefit of like, hey, you guys were the best here.